What's going on, people? It is Christopher O'Toole here with you guys today, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to take legit water splash photos. Okay, now this is completely natural. There's nothing unnatural about this except using a camera, because of course cameras don't just grow on trees and everything like that. But we are going to be using a pond for this, and we are also going to be using pine cones. Okay, so this is literally, you're using 100% natural elements other than your camera to film this. Okay, no extra lighting. In fact, I'm going to be showing you guys how to take photos just like this, completely naturally. So there are a few settings that you'll be needing to use in order to capture this type of photo. So pretty much you probably already know this if you know how to use your ISO triangle, but I want to just stop by and say it all the same. So first is you want to have your shutter speed as high as you could possibly can. Now I took these around probably 1/640th of a second, maybe up to like 1/800th of a second. So you want to have your shutter speed over something like 200 because you want to have that crisp water in your scene, and you don't want to have it slightly blurry, okay? Also, you want to have your aperture as low as possible, okay? Now for this, I could have used my 18 to 55 millimeter lens right there, but in order to do that, I would have had to zoom in because, of course, I don't want to hover it right over the water, although I have done that before. I didn't think that was the best, so I decided to use my 75 to 300 millimeter lens, so that at 75 millimeters, I could still have the low aperture that I would have lost zooming in my smaller lens, because, of course, if you zoom in lenses, you lose a lot of your aperture. The aperture has to go up. So I decided to take it with a longer lens, so I still have the low aperture with a longer amount of zoom. So I decided to use this. So you want to have as low aperture as possible and as high shutter speed as possible, with the ability to not turn your ISO too high. So basically you can still maintain as much detail in it as possible, because as I talk about in this video right here, if you turn your ISO up, you lose your information in your photo, and it gets really noisy. You want to have your shutter speed to where you don't have to turn your ISO completely just way out, like 25,600 ISO, but you want to be able to have it at a normal, like 800, probably to 1600 max. So you want to have your shutter speed to where it's exposed properly, but you don't have your ISO too high. So that's what I used, and that's what I figured out was the perfect settings, I guess, for taking photos like that. And then how I actually took the photo was I would have my younger brother stick like a branch, or I took a leg of my tripod and I had him hold it out there, and then I would manual focus or autofocus on that tripod, because Canon's dual pixel autofocus is a lot better than I could ever be at manual focusing. So I had him hold the leg of the tripod out there, and then I focused on that. Then I turned it to my camera to manual focus. So then the focus distance would stay at that point. I then had him keep his eye on where he had that camera leg hovering above the water, and then I had him throw the pine cone in the water, and then I'll take a picture of it at continual shutter. So when you hold down the shutter, it goes pow, 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 and it takes all these photos at once. Also, a mistake I made when I just went and shot these, I had shot them before now, but when I just went and shot some more, is I had one of my slower SD cards with me, and so I take several photos, and then it would stop, and it would process the photos. And so you want to have your fastest SD card with you so you can take as many photos as possible, and so it'll process them a lot faster. So that's just a tip. Also, I figured out turning my LCD monitor brightness up a lot was actually very helpful in this, because of course when I'm autofocusing, when I'm taking those photos, I'm using my LCD monitor. Now, yes, of course, I don't usually use my LCD monitor in photography, but for this instance, I did, because I wanted a visual reference of where I was taking photos and where I was focusing and things of that nature. So that's also a tip that you may want to do when doing this. And then I'd have him throw the pine cone in the water, and I'd have it on a fast shutter speed, and also I figured out that post-splash water ripples are actually pretty cool too. And so you want to take pictures all throughout the water splash, because you never know where you're going to be getting. Also, don't be disheartened if you don't take really great photos for the first while, because I had to throw multiple pine cones in the water, I think 3 that time, to even get photos like these. And this is to mention my first time, which I took a photo like this, which is, I love that, which that is like probably the best photo I've ever taken doing this. And so you're probably going to have to be taking these multiple times in order to get a good photo. But the reward is most likely definitely worth it. I definitely think it is. And they are really just legit water splashes that you can take 100% naturally without any of these fake photoshopping tricks that people do today. I'm not really a fan of photoshopping at all. So basically that is how you take your water splashes. And I'm thinking I'm forgetting something. Also, I did forget something. If you like this video, click that like button down below. If you have any questions or comments, about these water splashes. If I left something out, if you think I left something out, then what's your problem? No, if I left something out and you want to know how I did a specific thing, then leave it down in the comments below. If you just want to comment at how great my photo turned out, as if it did. I guess it did, yeah. I really liked it. Then go ahead and leave that comment down below as well, and click to subscribe for more photography and cinematography tutorials or videos, vlogs about longboarding. I guess I don't longboard as much as I used to. I actually did. I used to longboard, and I still like it. I guess I'm too busy for it these days. But you know how that is. Also longboard. Also drink lots of coffee. Anyways, the normal YouTuber rant. Click subscribe if you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. This lens? No, it's. I think, say something about hopefully making a video about these type of lenses. Talking about this type of lens because this is the lens I used. And I talked about earlier, I think, a while ago, that I did not suggest buying these lenses, and so I still hope to be making a lens or a video why buying a cheap lenses is not a good idea or is a bad idea. So do be looking for that in the future. And also, I am recording this at evening, so if I lean forward at all, the sun's right in my eyes. I did have to hang up a pillowcase actually. That's shameless, okay? I hung up a pillowcase. And I have been using that to block the sun from where I am right now. There you go. Another 2 cents on how I made my video and how I got the sun not to blow my face out. Or, the light of the sun to blow it out. Not the sun wouldn't actually unless I got really close to the sun, then it would work. Then that would happen. But do be looking for a video on why you shouldn't buy cheap lenses, because that is a pretty bad idea, and I'll be going into more why not to buy cheap lenses. So, I guess that's it for me today. Okay, now go.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, no, stop.
Okay, I'm gonna. Tell me when to go.
And go.